Thank you, babarat ninyo, thank you. Christmas in the Philippines starts in September. People are saying, oh, Pasko na. And you're like, no, it's not Pasko na. I know it's getting closer, but it's not Christmas. I was Santa's helper for a while. My God, the songs were annoying. It was high rotation every hour. Now, if you're a customer, you don't notice as much, but if you're the staff, kawawa naman. This is something I've had to really adjust to living dito sa Pilipinas bilang isang dayuhan. And I find that Filipinos are just so excited. I think that's what it comes back to. They're so excited for Christmas. This country loves this holiday. I don't think I've ever been anywhere that celebrates that holiday event with as much gusto as being in the Philippines. And today I'm going to share with you the 5 things that excite Filipinos the most at Christmas time that they do. Now, one of the first Filipino traditions that goes on in December that gets everyone excited is, of course, Simbang Gabi, which is, of course, to attend a church made entirely out of taro. For the Filipino grammar experts out there, what I mean is Simbang Gabi, which is, of course, attending church at night and not going into a church made out of a giant taro. Gabi being, of course, the root word for the taro root used in cooking. So Simbang Gabi, as a Catholic country going into the Christmas period, Filipino believers of the Catholic faith will typically go to church at nighttime on a more regular basis. So it's kind of a series of late night mass preparing for Christmas and the symbolic marking of the birth of Jesus, right? Obviously, the 9 nights has a very religious meaning, and that's really the reason people go. But there's also, I think, a sense down in the Philippines that it's a time where you also mingle with the community each night. And then this period leading up into Christmas is kind of a time of reconnecting with family and friends that you might not see as often. And the other thing that Filipinos will do at Simbang Gabi is there's like foods that you eat when you come out. So this is a great time to be a kakanin seller or a puto seller. You hang out outside a church with kakanin. I don't know who started this trend or this mythology, but Filipinos will try to go every night to Mass for 9 straight days, and you're apparently going to get a free wish if you do that. I don't know if that's granted by God or how that comes about, but apparently if you go all 9 days in a row, then you get to wish for something and you're going to get it. If you, kabano, have done this and successfully got a wish, can you please leave a comment below with what you wished for and then how did you get it? Like, was it just dropped in your lap? Was it divine intervention, came out of thin air? Or was it more kind of a metaphorical granting, like you wished for something like a raise in 2018 and then you got the raise in 2018? Or you've like been the whole year you've been hashtag forever alone, and then 2018 your wish was that you're like gonna meet somebody, you're gonna get a hot girlfriend, you're gonna get a hot boyfriend, and then you do. Or your wish maybe was just for a shota and you got one. So leave a comment if this has worked. You did the 9 nights thing and then you made a wish and you got a wish. Let me know. So number 4 on my list today is early Christmas shopping. So what started happening in the Philippines, and I don't do this, and I think my staff would prefer if I did do it, is people are getting paid their 13th month earlier. So now, in a lot of cases, employers are putting the 13th month pays in November so that Filipinos can go nuts at the shopping malls earlier and earlier with that bonus pay for the year. And the other thing that's going on is I think more employers are now doing a 14th month as well to be more competitive, especially like call center industry where they're competing for talents. So the shopping malls all have these early Christmas promotions to try and drive people into the malls. Now, the other reason Filipinos like to try to do really early Christmas shopping is that they can beat the big rush in Christmas and the traffic, because Metro Manila is now the stage where the 2 weeks before Christmas, the city is basically gridlock, especially if you're within 500 meters of a shopping mall, it doesn't move. So I'm a planner, so I typically don't buy anything in November or December because I just could not be bothered fighting the traffic and the crowds and the chaos of a Philippine shopping mall. So for me, I actually have normally done Christmas gift shopping. I buy something in bulk and then I just literally have it sitting around for 6 months until I give it to people. So Filipinos are starting to do that. You go early, you beat the crowds, you beat the rush. You can get in and out of MOA in November, fine. But you try and go in December, it's crazy. And then everything, you're standing in line, may pila dyan, may pila doon. You want to eat something while you're shopping, you gotta queue again. Mahirap talaga. So that's really why we're doing this early Christmas shopping. And especially, you know, when you've got to buy so many gifts. Kasi, syempre, bilang foreigner dito na, how many gifts do I buy? Maybe 5 or 10 gifts total. That's already covered my close family, some of my extended family. Because if it's a Filipino, diba, yung maybe 50 people, yung pamilya mo, diba? So you gotta buy like 50 present, and then you got the inaanak, diba? Especially if you're a bit older in your life, ilang mga inaanak, diba? Grabe, like getting old in the Philippines, all you do is buy stuff for people younger than you, it seems like. So you gotta go buy all that aguinaldo for the 20 godson, goddaughter. A lot of them aren't even your blood relative. They're just parang yung ikaw yung sponsor ng kasal yung parents niya, or yung sa christening nila, ganun. 1 of 10 godparent, diba? So it's great to be a kid in the Philippines. You get so many gifts, but terrible to be the grown-up who has to pay for it all. Yung next is this notion of Christmas caroling. And I find this one really interesting because, like, if you try to do this in Australia, in the suburbs, people would be like, what are you doing, mate? And they'd probably give you 20 cents and tell you to get lost. But this happens in the Philippines where you come, and I think it's like you sing, you share the Christmas cheer, and then maybe for the carolers, they're going to give like some puto or something. So typically you're going to give them some kind of snacks, maybe some kakanin, maybe share some drinks, and in some cases, yung parang pang-tip ng pera, diba? Now, it's kind of like a little bit of a scam because I've seen it in the province where it's like ang dami ng caroler, and it can become a bit too much. So I think if it's just like a case of people sing 2-3 songs and you give some puto bumbong or something, they're really doing it from the goodness of the heart, then that's fine. But it does seem that it's getting a bit more like transactional and a bit more like a shakedown. And this is a controversial topic kasi syempre in Manila, you see the number of street beggars like quadruple in December, where everybody's coming in knowing that everyone just got a 13th month, feeling more generous, and they're like, this is the month they're here to stick their hand out. They're traveling to Manila to do begging, right? It's like a job. So I think it's a bit controversial. And then what happens in the province when the carolers come through is basically, if you give them something, then they're going to sing as they walk away na thank you, ang babait ninyo. And if you don't give them anything and you say like patawad and move them along without giving them something, then they're going to basically sing out thank you, babarat ninyo, thank you. So they're basically going to tell you that you're a cheapskate, like, and yell that out in your community that you're a cheapskate because you don't give them anything. And I sort of feel like, well, you're not giving me anything. I know you're singing the song, but I didn't ask for it. Like, I didn't ask for this service of the singing the song. And if you have 10 of these come through a night, which can actually happen, it starts to be like, I'm not the bank, like I'm not the ATM here to dispense cash and gifts to anybody who comes and sing a song. I mean, it feels a little bit transactional, I think, sometimes. Nah, it's no longer about Christmas cheer, it's about give me money, please. So I'm interested to see what you guys think of this one. Like, does this bother you? Do you like this tradition? I don't get carolers because I live in an apartment, like a condominium, so they're not allowed up the elevator. Maybe ibig sabihin na babarat ako, ibig sabihin na. So the next one on my list is, of course, hearing Christmas songs everywhere at the malls. So it goes into overdrive, radio, mall, everywhere you go, all you can hear is Christmas music. You get in a taxi, you get in an Uber, that's what they're playing. Jose Marie Chan is known as the Filipino king of Christmas carols. And when you hear this sounds,
whenever I see girls and boys selling lanterns on,
you know that those songs is all you're going to hear for the next few months, and you can't help but get LSS from that. Last song syndrome, look it up, it's a real thing. You know, when you can't shake that annoying song from your head, it just stays in there, you can't get rid of it. And I think Filipinos are really musical, and I think music is very infectious among Filipinos. So like, I often will catch my staff singing at work, and I'm like, I have never sung at work before. So I did used to work in retail, and in Australia, you know, I sold men's shirts, I sold fragrance, I was Santa's helper for a while. Like, you know, I had a customer service job, like helping the kids see Santa Claus. So I was in malls a lot, you know, when I was a university student, and parang yung summer job, and my God, the songs were annoying. It was high rotation every hour. Now, if you're a customer, you don't notice as much, but if you're the staff, kawawa naman, because you're there and it's the same CD over and over again, right? So you hear it 10 revolutions during the day of this 60-minute Christmas track. The customer's only there for an hour, he don't notice that he's hearing it on repeat, but your brain is just like, stop, stop the invasion of these songs. And they're like that algorithmic music. They research it to make it like, this is the music that makes you want to spend more money. So it's like slightly upbeat and catchy, like puts you in a good mood. Fine if you're a customer, if you're an employee, you want to take yourself out, diba? So Christmas songs and Jose Marie Chan, that's a huge thing in the Philippines and gets everybody excited and in the mood for the Christmas season. Okay, and my last one today is about Christmas decorations. So again, Filipinos are going to decorate their houses, the mall, their office from literally September, October. They spend huge amounts of money on Christmas decorations. They're going to put the tree up, they're going to put the lights up, they're going to put the wreath up. I'll show you what my Christmas tree looks like. Of course, I have a Christmas tree dito sa Urbano household, so here it is. I'm not saying that nowhere else in the world does this, but Filipinos will take it to the next level. So there's going to be contests between subdivisions, there's going to be contests between barangays, there's going to be contests between neighbors of who can have the most impressive, Christmas tree, Christmas decoration, Christmas light. I live on a high floor dito sa Makati, and you look around, and even in the high-rise apartments, you can see all of the lit-up apartments. Like probably 1 in 2 apartments, you can see the Christmas decoration lights from 200 meters away from another condominium balcony, right? So it's really a big thing. The most common Christmas decoration you'll see at this time is the parol, which is normally kind of a woven folded paper kind of concoction, and you can put a light inside them as well to make it more attractive at night. And then the parol makers will also compete on who can make the more ornate and intricate parol. Like I say, it's a lot of folding and paper weaving craft. So that's the most popular one. It's been a part of Filipino decorations for centuries. I have to say, it's a really beautiful part of the Philippine Christmas, the amount of effort and attention that goes into it. I sometimes think where I'm from, we've kind of moved on a bit, and it's more just about seeing your family and drinking too much wine and eating too much turkey. So I think that Philippines is really great on doing all of these activities and traditions that make Christmas a unique and special and happy time of the year. So there's a lot I've learned, I think, from being here and seeing the Filipino Christmas, and it's huge, it's overwhelming for me, but it's memorable, and I always have a great time when I spend my Christmas in Manila, or especially in the province. That's the video for today, mga kabano. These signs, of course, when you see them, you know it's a few months till Pasko. So I wanted to wish you guys once again a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, and a few more sleeps into 2018, and it'll be September again, and Christmas will be just around the corner. You're never far from a holiday in this country. Now don't forget, if you want to hear more food and fun from the Philippines with me, I'd really appreciate if you can hit the subscribe button and hit that bell button so you get the notification when we let a new video out. And of course, check us out at Facebook and Instagram if you want to see some great visuals, a lot of the food we cook, maputingcooking.com, where you can see every recipe I've ever made. And don't forget, my Christmas recipes are all here. So if you want to see the sorts of things I cook for my Christmas lunch or my Christmas dinner or my Noche Buena, some of my best Christmas recipes are available at the YouTube channel and the website. Take a look. I'll see you guys next time. Bye now.